Mr. and Mrs. Jones, thank you so much for the opportunity to come this evening to talk to you about how we're going to go about selling your home in today's market. You see, when it comes to Carpenter Realtors, your goals are our goals. And my goal is to sell your home for the highest and best possible price in the shortest amount of time with the least amount of inconvenience to you and your family. It all starts with us as a company. Carpenter Realtors has 30 offices around the city of Indianapolis. We've been in the Indianapolis market for over 43 years, and we were responsible for billions of dollars, and that's with a B, of homes sold in the Indianapolis real estate market. We're also ranked in the top 70 of realtors throughout the entire United States. This is the Realtors National Association of Magazine, known as the Realtor, and every year they rate the top realtors, the top 100 in the country, and we have fallen in the last roughly 5 or 6 years right within the mark of 70 or 70th out of roughly 90,000 real estate companies. Now I'd like to refer back to the map, because one of the great things about working for the Carpenter Company is with 30 offices in the city of Indianapolis, we have available to us approximately 600 agents. These agents receive a bonus or an incentive to work to sell your home. No other company, to our knowledge, in the entire state of Indiana offers that to you, the incentive to pay their agents a bonus whenever they sell a Carpenter listing. So every agent in every office is working towards getting your home sold in today's market. Another thing that we believe is that almost 1/3 of all buyers come from out of town. And so bringing out of town buyers to your home is one of the most important things that we can do in the market today. That's why we're part of an organization known as the leading real estate companies of the world. And I don't know if you know much about them, but they are the #1 family relocation service in the country and in the world. And with $225 billion in home sales nationally on an annual basis, what that means to you is more out-of-town buyers. And to qualify to be a part of this organization, they go into major metropolitan areas and select 2 of the top brokers, and we are one of those brokers. And there's quite a bit of work that goes into qualifying. As you look at this map and see every single dot, these are affiliate offices that we work with. And so whether people are coming into Indianapolis from the Bay Area, from DC or Chicago, we know about them before they even arrive. We have them pre-qualified, ready to buy. Many of them that come into the city come in on a Friday, and by Monday they leave and they've bought a house. They're pre-qualified, they have money in their pocket, and they are ready to buy a home. So when it comes to bringing home buyers in from out of town to look at your home, I want you to know that nobody can do it better than we can through leading real estate companies of the world. And these are a few of our sister offices right here in the state of Indiana. Again, if they're coming down from Fort Wayne or up from Evansville, we know before they even arrive in the Indianapolis market area. Carpenter Realtors has an exclusive, we call the home marketing system. Have you ever heard of it? Many people have, but just to give you a little bit of idea of what it's all about it is our exclusive system to help simplify the process of selling homes. And so it is in itself responsible for the billions of dollars in home sales that we have achieved in the Indianapolis market area over the 43 years we've been here. It's a very powerful system, and it attracts buyers through 3 different ways. It's a 3-pronged process. First, on-site at the site of your home. Second is in the local printed media, and then online. It all starts right on site with your yard sign, which many people tell us they see our signs everywhere. The great thing about our sign is that we have 2 ways of getting in touch with me, your agent. First of all, our office, and our office number is answer that any calls that come in during regular business hours, and a lot of times later than business hours, my personal cell phone number, and then we have our website and my personal website. So all 4 areas for people to contact us off the sign. The next is our Take One box out front. To my knowledge, we are the only company that has an exclusive Take One box that fills with full color flyers of your home. I thought you might enjoy seeing I have a little prototype put together for you so that you can check out how we would like to present your home in full color. in the feature files. The property information flyer will always have price, room sizes, information about your home, pictures of the interior of your home. We want to try to drive that buyer to pick up the phone, call us, and make an appointment. The more people that we can get to come and look at your home, the better chance we have of selling your home for highest and best possible price in the shortest amount of time with the least amount of inconvenience to you and your family. Now, one of the things that I did when I first came is I asked you a question about what were some of the things that led you to buy this home. And I have prepared some special feature cards. And the great thing about these are that, I may not be the agent that's going to show your home every single time it's shown. And a lot of the agents that come in may not be aware of all the salient features about your home, so we'll place these strategically around the house. So you'll be able to, without me being present, it'll be like me standing behind the other agent pointing these features out to the other agent because we want to try to build value in the eyes of the buyer. So that when the time comes that they write an offer, we want a good solid offer from them, and we want them to understand that there's tremendous value in your home because of the many features that you have to offer in today's market. And believe me, you can certainly, with what you have, compete with what's out there. The next prong of our advertising and marketing program is the media. We start off with the print media, the local Indianapolis Star. And you may have seen these. This is the Home Finder magazine and the local Indianapolis Star. Every Sunday, on the inside cover, we have usually full 2 pages, sometimes 3, in full color. And what I'd like to point out to you is that this is an opportunity for us to make your home stand out in the marketplace. Because I'd like to also show you that there's no other realtor, that's a builder, no other realtor that's advertising with a display ad in this paper other than us. So imagine yourself as a buyer that's not familiar with the Indianapolis area and you pick up a Sunday Star to kind of see what's for sale in the area. It pretty much looks like we're the only real estate company that's advertising in the city of Indianapolis. So one of the things that we believe that really started us off on the right foot with marketing your home is to have an open house on your property. And this is an example of some of our open house ads. And I have already scheduled an open house for this Sunday, the 17th, but I would have the 24th or the 31st available. Would there be a Sunday that would be good for you out of those two that we could possibly schedule an open house? That's great. Thank you. So another way that we use the printed media is, again, in the Indianapolis Star. On Thursday, we have every section of town has their own local living section. On the south side, this arrives on the doorstep of about 58,000 homes. And inside, we advertise, again, in full color. And your home would appear in here until it is sold. And then our flagship piece, now this is like a Ginsu commercial, isn't it? It's like, wait, there's more. Let me show you, this is our full color Call Carpenter for Homes magazine. We print 40,000 copies every single issue. They're distributed around the Indianapolis market area. And as you can see, your home would appear in full color. And wouldn't you agree, again, full color really is an attractive way to market your home in the printed media. And that is why we use it as often as we can. And so, as you can see, these, and you probably, have you picked up one of these at the store? You have, okay, well, very good. So you can understand that it's a great way to market your home in today's market. Now, that magazine is, again, issued in 40,000 copies every issue. And I'd like to make sure that we get you scheduled for the next issue coming up. Would you be okay with me advertising your home in the Call Carpenter for Homes magazine? You would? Well, thank you very much. I'll make sure that we get that done for you. I'm just going to make a note on the date. We have approximately 10 days to get you submitted in order to make sure that you're there. We know that in most neighborhoods, you're going to find that you have possibly 1 or 2 people that are actually kind of keeping their eyes open for a friend from church or possibly a co-worker or maybe even a relative they'd like to move closer to them. So in essence, you have a buyer's pool right here in your neighborhood. And that is why we use our Quantum Mail. which is a mailer that we send out, just listed cards into the neighborhood. And essentially it says that you've chosen me as your realtor to represent you, and that if you know someone that could be interested in the property, to please contact me and we can make arrangements for them to see through the house. Now sometimes, this is the great thing about open houses and these cards are, a lot of times they don't want to maybe make a call off the sign, but they would call on an invitation to come and look at the house and certainly give me the opportunity to show them the home. Another way that we approach the marketplace is we have an exclusive television show called the Showcase of Homes. And the showcase, we show 60 homes in 30 minutes. It's a quality production that's done every Saturday at 10 a.m. on WNDY Channel 23 in Indianapolis and cable. And finally, one of the ways that it is the coup de grace, if you will, is that we put your home online. And not just online, but seriously, we go online to provide maximum exposure to find buyers for you. We're well aware from a lot of the focus groups that we do that more than 90% of all buyers initially start looking for homes on the internet. And we also know that 63% of buyers actually saw their home on the internet before they bought it. So it just makes good quality sense for us not only to be on the internet, but to provide good quality, full color pictures of your home so that every day, every hour, and everywhere a buyer can get information on your home and use that information ultimately to that we can create a showing and an offer on your property. The first step is placing it on callcarpenter.com. We are using the newest technology to give them the total experience of the media online. Not only does Carpenter Realtors offer you an opportunity as a buyer just to look at homes, but we have information on our website about local areas, neighborhoods, schools. Our website is very rich and very deep. And so a lot of people use it specifically for just reference sake, along with finding homes for sale. And tied to that, and you've probably heard of maybe many of these, in order to expose your home to the greatest number of buyers, we work with different search engines that are affiliated with real estate. You may have heard of some of them along the lines of Trulia, Zillow, Google, and Yahoo Real Estate. These are all websites and search engines that guide people to your home on the internet. Thing is that one of the keys of having your home on the internet is to spread out and go out as far as you can on the internet, so that all people really need to do in a lot of cases is type your address into Google or one of these search engines, and it will immediately take you to our website and to information about your home. One of the enhancements that we've done, one of the many on the internet, is working first of all with Trulia. We have an enhancement contract with them. And what I mean by that is that it just makes it easier for buyers to connect with your property online through Trulia. And then also, because we have a strong affiliation with the Indianapolis Star, they have homefinder.com. And their website at homefinder.com, which is associated with the print media, in the Indianapolis Star at indystar.com is the busiest website in the state of Indiana. And they just thought it was smart business to also have a real estate site. And so it is syndicated not only on the web, but the Indianapolis Star is syndicated with 150 other newspapers around the country. So people that are, say, in Arizona or in LA through the LA Times, they also have a Home Finder website, and your home will appear on every one of those websites as syndicated through the Indianapolis Star. The objective is the highest visibility, the greatest amount of exposure, which means more online showings and ultimately brings more buyers to your front door. And another way to show buyers what you have to offer is that we will put together a visual presentation in a tour online for you. You may have heard of Visual Tour. It's the #1 online visual tour company in the country. And so it's the best. We find that we'll get more online exposure because buyers will sit and watch the tour. Now, we have mobile capabilities with Visual Tour, and we also have, of course, being online, have the ability to, on Visual Tour to go online with a computer. But I want to give you an example of if they were to pull up out front and put the Visual Tour in place, this is pretty much what they would see. Now this is one of my listings I have for sale right now. And this gives you a little example as they walk them through the house in the Visual Tour of what they will see. And although it's kind of small here, my contact information is at the bottom there, so they can immediately call me direct or drop me an email or send me a text. Another way that we reach buyers in the marketplace, especially the young buyers, the tech-savvy buyers, is we're using new media to reach those buyers so that we can reach them wherever they are, in their car, at home, at work. And so we have mobile applications for their iPhones and their Android products. We have QR codes, and we also use our YouTube channel. A QR code, in case you don't know much about it, let me kind of give you a little demonstration. Our Call Carpenter for Homes magazine and all of our printed literature all have some sort of a QR code. Now, what one of these tech-savvy people can do is they can take their iPhone, go to their QR code reader, place it over this little box you see right here. It reads that box and ultimately connects them to our website. And from there, they can literally go in and check out your home. They can tour your home from the curb or at work or during lunch. So it gives them the opportunity to see your home in venues that we only dreamed about 10 years ago. And have you ever used a QR code before? Isn't that pretty cool? And people are using those now. That's kind of an everyday thing. And so it's just another way that we can use the technical side of advertising in order to promote your home in the marketplace. Now, one final thing, about internet that I think is important for you to know. As we're going through and I'm showing you everything that we have in the way of our internet site, how it's structured, how people can go into just a multitude of different sites and find your home. One thing I think that you need to know, and it's kind of an ugly secret in the marketplace, and that is that you're probably thinking to yourself in the back of your mind, well, so what? Everybody's got a website. And you're right, they do. But there is a difference in websites. Let me explain. On average, the National Association of Realtors tells us that when a buyer is on a website looking at a property, and they make an inquiry on that property through the website. In other words, there's a little place that says, want to see the house, you want to have a realtor call, contact us. When they click on that button and send the message, that message is not returned in 7 minutes, it's not returned in 7 hours. On average, it's 7 days before someone calls back. And quite frankly, that's unacceptable. Wouldn't you agree that if he was a motivated buyer, chances are they went and bought another property? We can't afford to do that with your home. And that is why we are totally committed to working our website as closely as we can. And that is why we instituted the Internet Lead Management of our website. And how this works is this, is that we have a team behind me watching the website that I don't have to watch, because I'm out working, making calls and doing the things that I need to do in order to sell your home. Someone else back in our company is taking care of all the inquiries that come through the website. A professional that once the inquiry comes through, they immediately respond back to that person stating that someone will be in touch with them very soon. Now, my company puts a 30-minute limit on how I need to respond to that call. In other words, so you better understand, is that when the call comes in, they will immediately respond to that buyer, and then they will text me, call me, and email me to let me know that there's a buyer on your home. If I do not respond within a 30-minute time period, they will find an agent that will return that call and work that lead. So nothing falls through the cracks. Quite frankly, I turn my phone off when I'm with clients, and so we won't be bothered because my phone rings constantly. And so right now, if a lead was coming in on one of my listings, someone else most likely would be handling it for me, which is great. Now let me take this another step so you better understand of where this is all leading to. Not any other realtor, to my knowledge, in central Indiana offers this service. So when they tell you they have a website, they're going to advertise your home on the website. I would have to liken it to taking out a full-page ad in the Indianapolis Star with a picture of your home this big and a big phone number at the bottom for people to call on your house, but nobody's there to answer the phone. We're there. We're answering the phone, and we're putting sales together where other agents are failing. This is a service that's exclusive through us that I can offer to you tonight as part of what we do to get your home sold. And believe me, it's powerful, and it makes a huge difference in how buyers are handled as they come through the website. Another way to offer peace of mind to your buyer is to offer a warranty on the house. The HSA home warranty will cover the house for a full year after the buyer closes with you and takes the keys and takes ownership of the property. The great thing is that if there anything that happens in the house, chances are the buyer is going to call a toll-free number. We'll never know that there was a claim made. You'll never hear from the buyer. So it really offers them peace of mind. It'll help your home sell faster and for more money because it can compete against new homes that come with a year warranty. And also, how about the home up the street that maybe they're looking at your home and that home, comparing the two, and yours has a warranty. And so that does carry a lot of weight with the buyer. It will also take care of any post-sale dispute over, say, a leaky hot water heater or a furnace that goes bad. And these are things that are all covered. And during the listing term, you're covered too. And we'll get into the specifics, but I think this is something that you might really want to seriously consider. Thinking that your home is around 20 years old, most buyers will want to know that they feel comfortable and confident that if a major component problem does happen, they'll be covered. My job is also to enhance the buyer appeal on your home. My job is to squeeze every dollar of equity out of your home that I can. And I'll do that by putting together the home merchandising system. Once I have your commitment tonight, we'll walk through the house and I'll help you stage it for the buyer's eyes. We'll cover a lot of things, and believe me, you have a beautiful home and it's going to be an exciting home to market. I can't wait to get back to the office and tell the other agents about it. But we can make it even better with the home merchandising system. Another part of my job description is to make sure that I expose your home to the entire marketplace, not just Carpenter Realtors, not just me working to sell your home, but actually mobilizing the entire real estate community to show and sell your home to their qualified buyers. It starts off with our BLC, the Brokers Listing Cooperative, formerly known as the MLS. And in the BLC, brokers can go in, get information about your home, look at pictures, and match your home to what their buyers are looking for. One of the things that I think is important for you to know up front is we are a full commission broker. In other words, we offer a full commission split to the other agencies. Because quite frankly, the best agents, the ones that are the top negotiators, the ones that sell the most homes, the ones that sell a lot of properties, they look at what they're going to be paid before they show a property. And quite frankly, if we short them in commission, they probably will not show your home. And we have to show them in the MLS or in the BLC what we're willing to pay. And they know Carpenter Company pays the highest possible commission when they sell the home. Not only that, do buyer's agents have an incentive from other companies because we're one of the highest, we pay the highest amount of splits, as they say, is that Carpenter agents receive a bonus, a higher commission split from the company when they show and sell a Carpenter listing. So they're motivated to show your home first to their qualified buyers because you're a Carpenter listing. So no matter who shows your home, they're going to be compensated properly. We want to draw as many agents as possible to your front door with their quality buyers that are totally qualified and ready, willing, and able to purchase your home. We also believe when we make it easier to make appointments on your home, more showings happen. So we have hired an out-of-company organization that takes care of all of our appointments. They're open 7 days a week. They open before our office opens. They close after our office closes. And agents can make appointments online with them through email, by phone. There's a toll-free number that they can call and make that appointment anywhere in the city or at home, sitting at their computer at night at 11 o'clock. They can literally ask them to make the appointment, and first thing in the morning, the centralized showing service will call you to make that appointment. Now the great thing about this is that a couple things happen. One is it's extremely organized and well done, and they're very professional. I am notified by email when your home is about to be shown, and it will show me who's showing it, at what time, and there's also contact information. So I can call that agent if I want to tell them something new about the property. There's an email address if I'd like to ask them a question about their buyer. And of course they have that information too. Once they show your home, within 2 hours after the showing, they receive our first follow-up email asking these 4 questions. Compared to other homes in the area, price range, how did this home show? Was it excellent, good, fair, or poor? How was the property priced in comparison to similar properties? Was it about right? Was it somewhat overpriced? Was it substantially overpriced? Please rate your buyer's level of interest. Were they very interested, somewhat interested, not interested at all? And finally, number 4, please provide an additional comment below. And in this particular one, they said they have staged this home extremely well. So this is the other agent telling us that we did a good job getting the house prepared for the buyer. It is a very nice home in a great neighborhood. My buyers are keeping it at the top of their list. I'll keep you posted. So this was an agent that showed the property. They had maybe 3 or 4 that they really liked. This one was at the top of the list, and quite frankly, this is a listing that ultimately did sell from this showing, and it's great information that I can share with you as things happen on the sale of your home, as we're showing the properties. So Mr. and Mrs. Jones, are there any questions about the marketing of your home, as we will do it with Carpenter Realtors? Great. Let's go on and talk a little bit about pricing strategy and what we can do to get your home sold by pricing your home properly in the marketplace. First of all, there's a window of opportunity that prevails in the marketplace, that the price of your property, it must be correctly in the marketplace. And what I mean by that is there's a clear competitive advantage of pricing your home properly during the first roughly 90 days that your home is on the market. As you can see from this graph, the buyer activity on your home progresses very steadily for 4 to 6 weeks, and then it tapers off. So we want to take advantage of that thrust of the marketplace where it peaks. And so it's so important to have your home appear at the best possible price in the market. And there are risks to overpricing your home too. And quite frankly, I don't know if you realize it or not, but almost 50% of all homes fail to sell during the listing term. And that's a lot. And the reason is usually pricing. And so we have to look at a lot of different things as we begin to price your home. But first of all, I want you to know what the pitfalls are if you should overprice your home. First of all, it can cause your home to sell competing properties. In other words, agents may use your home to sell the home up the street, showing them that it's the better value in the marketplace. It can also cause your home never to be shown by your agent, because some agents just don't want to waste their time showing overpriced properties. It can also lead to a mortgage rejection. And what I mean by that is we may be able to find a buyer that's willing to pay an inflated value for your home, but the bank, they have to say okay too. They have to give their stamp of approval with the appraisal. And every home must appraise for at least what it is sold for full price. And finally, if your home stays on the market for a length of time, it can become stale in the marketplace. buyers and agents begin to wonder, what's wrong with that house? Why hasn't it sold? There must be something on the inside that's creating a problem that buyers don't really like. So there's no sense in me showing that property because they're not going to like it either. And so they move on and show a property up the street rather than show yours. So it can be, in the long term, be very costly, because as you bring your price down, the longer it takes to get you to the fair market value of your home, which is the fair marketing price, your property again can become stale and ultimately sell for less than what you would have got had you priced it in the marketplace properly to begin with. So as we look at pricing your home, how do realtors determine value? And so I'd like to show you a little illustration here of how we go about it. First of all, you've always heard the old saying, location, location, location. And it very much enters into the establishing of fair market value. And as I show you this pyramid here, it shows the foundation of the pricing to be location. In other words, it all starts about looking at homes that are similar to yours in similar areas. The next part of that foundation and that triangle, if you will, is size. How large is your home? Not necessarily 3 or 4 bedrooms as much as square footage. If your home presently, it shows about 2,000 square feet, so we would want to compare your home to other homes that are from 1,900 to 2,100 square feet. We wouldn't consider comparing it to a home of 1,200 square feet, nor would we compare it to a home of 3,500 square feet. So it just makes good sense that we're looking for similar properties. And then finally, the amenities that your home has to offer. The amenities do enter into the pricing, but it's a small part of the pricing. In other words, you have a new roof, and you're going to offer the buyer your range and refrigerator. These are all things that will help your home sell faster, but not necessarily for more money. Everyone expects to have a roof that doesn't leak, and the buyers are tickled to have the refrigerator and the range stay, and it may make a difference between them comparing your home and a home 2 blocks over that doesn't have a range and refrigerator included. But it doesn't necessarily draw a buyer to pay more for a property. And so we must develop a pricing strategy based on a market value range, based on comparable homes that have sold that are similar in location, size, and amenities to your home. And then also we want to look at what homes you're going to be competing against. In other words, it's important to look at history, but it's also important to look at present, because buyers like yourself, I'm sure when you found this home for yourself and your family, you looked at several homes, and buyers do the same thing. Now today they're looking online a lot and comparing probably 30, 40, 50, 60 homes, and then ultimately they will go out and look at 10 to 15 before they make up their mind which one they want. And it is based and predicated on their desires, their wants, their priorities, and their needs, but also price has a lot to do with it. One thing I want to caution you about is value is never and can never be determined by what you need out of the house. It is strictly driven by what the market is willing to pay. So as we develop an effective marketing and pricing strategy, we research comparable homes that have recently sold in your area and surrounding community. What's our current competition? We're looking at homes that are going to be shown along with ours. Which homes didn't sell, maybe in the last 90 to 120 days, homes that failed to sell and why. And then we look at the average days on the market. And determining what your needs are, that has a lot to do with it too. Someone that must sell in 60 days or someone that has 6 months to sell, they may determine a price different. In other words, you may want to make your home more competitive in the marketplace to sell quicker, if that makes sense to you. And so we develop an effective pricing strategy based on the indicated market value range and your need. We want to look at what is a competitive price, what is a compelling price, and what is a liquidation price. And a competitive price is a home that pretty much is matched to what's out there. when a buyer moves from home to home, they're all within $1,000 or so of one another. A compelling price is a price that I tell my sellers, quite often buyers will come out of a home and we say, what do you think? And they say, well, what else have you got to show me? A compelling price would drive the buyer to say, how soon can we get back to the office and write an offer? A compelling price can maybe be only $3,000 to $5,000 difference between the competition, but it can make all the difference in the world of getting a buyer to write an offer. And quite frankly, some sellers often tell me, I'm afraid of low offers. I want to build my price up to give me a chance, a cushion, so that I can negotiate with a buyer. And I'm here tonight to tell you that my greatest fear is no offers. Not a low offer, but no offers. Because without an offer, we can't establish that rapport with the buyer and ultimately work with them to get them to the price that's agreeable to you and that works for them. And then finally, a liquidation price, a price that no one can hardly turn down. Now, quite frankly, your home, you have a beautiful home, you have a reasonable time period in order to sell, so I don't believe that we need a liquidation price, but there are homes out there that are competing with ours that are at liquidation prices. And so we must understand that we are going to be competing against some of those too. So it could keep us from maybe moving in the marketplace quicker than we had hoped, but we will watch that market very carefully. What I want you also to understand is that you should never choose an agent based on the overvaluing of your house. In other words, there are some agents out there, and we have a term that we use in the marketplace. We call it buying the listing. And an agent will come to you and tell you an inflated figure. And quite frankly, you should realize that it's too high, but it's exciting to maybe feel like you could get an extra $10,000 or $15,000 out of your home. But what happens is your home languishes on the market, and that agent counts on you to lower your price systematically till it finally gets to the point of selling. And that is not the best way for you to market your home. If we price your home correctly in the marketplace to begin with, you'll find that you will net more money on the bottom line, and I can get you more money. So I want you to know that we're a team. We're working together. And my role is to prepare a competitive market analysis, which I've done and I have right here that I'll share with you in just a moment. And then I'll also provide the home merchandising system. I'll walk through the house with you after I have your commitment tonight, and we'll stage each room individually so that we can extract the highest, best possible price out of your home. And then we'll implement the home marketing system exactly the way I've laid it out for you here tonight, putting everything in play. Because quite frankly, I don't know if it'll be the Call Carpenter for Homes magazine, or the postcards we send into your neighborhood, or a QR code that we develop for your listing sheet out front. I don't know which one of these are going to draw the buyer, but I will tell you this, that with this many ways of funneling buyers to your home, we have the best possible opportunity to get the highest and best possible price on your home. I'll be handling all the details leading up to the smooth closing on your home. As a team working together, I ask that your role be that you follow through and take the merchandising tips that I give you tonight and get your home prepared for the buyer's eyes. I also ask that you help me tonight as we look at the market analysis to help establish the best list price for your home, to get the best sales price and the best terms for you and your family. And then also to facilitate showings. When the centralized showing service calls you, please make yourself available. And I often tell my buyers or sellers, please make your home available as you leave to maybe shop or leave in the morning to go to work. Make sure it's show ready so that when we call to show it, you're not rushing around at the last minute trying to get ready. That it is ready to go, and you can, maybe at a drop of a hat or a moment's notice, you can allow someone to show your home. And finally, I made up all these flyers and to give you tonight to ask if you would keep your box out front, the take one box full. As you get down, I usually tell my clients, put about 10 in at a time. That way you can kind of measure how many people have been by on a daily basis and pulled a flyer. And then also, when you get down within the last 10 or so, call me and I'll make sure that I bring another stack of 50 that you can continue to keep the box stocked for us. When an offer to purchase is presented, I'll go over every detail. One of the things that we'll do is I'll do an estimated net proceeds. And this is an example of how we'll break down all of your costs so that you know what you should within $50 net at closing. So you can make a decision predicated on good quality knowledge. I'll help you negotiate for the best possible price at every point of the contract. We'll go over every point of that. And I'll prepare and respond to your buyer's offer, to any counteroffer that comes, and also when the time comes to have the property inspected, once the offer is accepted, we'll be also working and negotiating with the buyer on the inspection. We'll work together all the way to the closing where we're passing the keys to the buyer and signing the papers. My service commitment to you is that I'll fully implement the home marketing system just as I've presented it to you tonight. That I'll review our pricing strategy every 30 days. In other words, I'd like to sit with you and talk face to face about what's going on in the market, maybe look at what has sold in the last 30 days and what's, again, competing with us. We may have to make an adjustment. Our market isn't necessarily just a flat thing. It does have peaks and valleys. And so we'll need to review all of that along with not only our pricing strategy but our marketing strategy. And then I'll be staying in contact on a regular basis. In fact, I call my clients every Saturday morning. I'm usually calling on the phone between 9:30 and 11:30. And I would ask you which one of you might I be able to call and what number should I call in order to stay in touch with you. Very good. Thank you. And you'll be at that number almost all Saturdays? Thank you so much. And then I want to help make a good decision. I'm your trusted advisor, so I'm going to make sure that all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted. A good decision for you that nets you the highest amount of money in the shortest amount of time with the least amount of inconvenience to you and your family. And I'll be looking out for your best interest throughout the transaction. So if we can reach an effective pricing strategy tonight and come to terms on that, are you ready to put the home marketing system to work for you?